Bro, you can learn anything online, okay? You can literally learn anything online. It literally is always like, we did so much. Yeah, it amounted to nothing. Holy, that is so crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Let's take a look at the special report from ABC News.
Hi, I'm Diane Macedo. We are coming on the air because multiple law enforcement officials say a person of interest is now
Mamma mia!
being questioned in the New York City murder of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. They say he's identified as 26-year-old Luigi Mangione. Here's New York City Mayor Eric Adams with an update.
Thompson of UnitedHealthcare was the victim of a senseless act of violence. Our officers have been working around the clock. Many of them did not go home to pursue this individual. It was crucial that we were able to remove him off the streets of America, and we were going to seek.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I felt really unsafe. The Italians are on a come up big time. Do you understand? Please check in on Mario, please. Yeah.
Him out, no matter where he was at the time. And so this is a strong person of interest. The police commissioner and
he's strong, all right. He's right. He's strong.
We'll go over where we are right now in the investigation. He matches the description of the identification we've been looking for. He's also in possession of several items that we believe will connect him to this incident. How did we do it? Good old-fashioned police work. The chief of detectives and the police commissioner made the decision to release as much of a photo that we had at the time. We sent it across the country, and someone, a McDonald's employee, did something we ask every American to do. If you see something, say something, but most importantly, do something. And they did. And because of that, we believe we have a strong person of interest to deal with this case. I want to now turn it over to the police commissioner of the city of New York, Commissioner Tisch.
I think it's really fucked up that they revealed this guy. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck how, but listen. BDS is he went to Starbucks first, got nabbed there. Then he got caught at a fucking McDonald's in Allentown. Okay. BDS would have saved him. BDS would have saved him. And he didn't do it. Okay? He didn't do it. That's what you get, motherfucker. I mean, listen, free him, but also, you know, he's a dumb fuck who used the same fake ID. Okay, Central Committee. Like, just because this man is, you know, not ideologically aligned with someone like myself or someone like yourself, it doesn't mean you have to be so mean to him, okay? And I know it's partially because you hate Italians, okay? And I understand that. I understand that it's afraidophobia that you are exhibiting. But let's just, you know, let's just work through it. Let's just work through it. Let's try to get a better understanding of what motivated this man to behave in the ways that he did, okay? Oh, not Allentown, Altoona. Do not get my beloved Toontown names mistaken. First of all, Pennsylvania is such a fucking fake ass state that there's not one but two different tune related places. Like, what kind of Looney Tunes nonsense is happening over there? Y'all don't have better fucking names? My bad.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, everyone. Earlier this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania, members of the Altoona Police Department arrested Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old male, on firearms charges. At this time, he is believed to be our person of interest in the brazen targeted murder of Brian Thompson, CEO of UnitedHealthcare, last Wednesday in Midtown Manhattan. The suspect was in a McDonald's and was recognized by an employee who then called local police. Responding officers questioned the suspect, who was acting.
This is what Altoona is famous for?
Pizza, and then there is pizza.
Altoona Sicilian is what Altoona Hotel Pizza was like back.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This is probably the radicalizing principle, dude. This is like, if I'm an Italian man and I find out that this is what they've done to my fucking most significant cultural artifact, I'm gonna fucking lose it too. Oh my God. What the fuck? What the fuck is this, bro? What the hell are they doing in Altoona? Hey, yo, look at this shit. What? You know, this reminds me of George W. Bush's favorite meal, which was, I think, a pizza cheeseburger, like a cheeseburger pizza. That's what he used to eat every fucking night. George W. Bush ate like a child. And I feel like this is the version of that. He was there for his next hit. Yeah, he went to Altoona to kill this guy next. It's like your crimes against Italians will be addressed today.
For customers at 29th Street Pizza Subs and more.
And it has yellow cheese on it we put Genoa salami underneath with green peppers. And it's done very well for us.
And customers from Brooklyn, New York agree.
It's the best pizza from here.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. What the fuck are we doing? Yeah. Elon Musk has been taking his son out as a little human shield nonstop since the CEO assassination. Is pretty funny. Like, he has literally been in public only with his son since that CEO assassination. He's like, hey guys, I just want to remind you that I am a human being. I am a father. I'm a human being. You know, please just remember. But look at this fucking Altoona McDonald's that he got popped at.
Acting suspiciously and was carrying multiple fraudulent IDs as well as a U.S. passport. Upon further investigation, officers recovered a firearm on his person as well as a suppressor, both consistent with the...
Wait, this motherfucker was literally carrying that shit on? He didn't dump it? Bro, you can learn anything online, okay? You can literally learn anything online. I saw a video of like the Syrian rebels that were watching a YouTube tutorial on how to fly a helicopter sitting inside of the cockpit of the helicopter, okay? And now I'm beginning to realize that this guy was not a professional at all and just simply watched a YouTube video on how to carry out a fucking assassination, because he should have watched more YouTube videos on how to fucking, I don't know, hide the evidence. Why the fuck? Yeah, I hate to do Monday morning quarterbacking here, but like the way he carried it out was pretty fucking smooth. And then he turns around and he's like, yeah, I'm going to go to fucking Altoona, where he ditched it. Like, by the time you get to Altoona, you could drop the gun anywhere at that point. You know what I mean? Drop it in a fucking river, dog. What are you talking about? Oh, shit. The mic is breaking again. I'm getting... Federal authorities are cooking my microphone. By the time you get to Altoona, you have already left. You have already left the state, okay? Dump it in a goddamn river, man. Make it the law enforcement, make it law enforcement the problem of law enforcement later down the line when someone is doing magnet fishing. You know what I mean? How the fuck do you keep that with you? Was he going to go and kill other CEOs or something? What the fuck was he doing? Get the eyebrows threaded, you know? Maybe shave it down a little bit. Do something. How can a leftist argue for pollution? Okay, man. Sometimes it's, you know, sometimes you got to ditch the fucking assassination weapon, okay? Dude thought he would get laid if he showed proof. This motherfucker doesn't need to get more pussy, okay? What are you, crazy? Have you seen the way he looks? All right. Let's continue. Let's continue with this broad sweeping coverage here.
Weapon used in the murder. They also recovered clothing, including a mask consistent with those worn by our wanted individual. Also recovered was a fraudulent New Jersey ID, matching the ID our suspect used to check into his New York City hostel before the shooting incident. Additionally, officers recovered a handwritten document that speaks to both his motivation and mindset. NYPD detectives are en route to Pennsylvania as we seek to interview the subject further. This apprehension is thanks to the tireless work of the greatest detectives in the world, and of course, the strong relationships we have with our local law enforcement partners. On every level, local, state, and federal, we all serve the same public safety mission. And this case, which captured the attention of an entire nation, is another example of how connected we are and how important it is to work together, share information, and pursue every lead.
I think the best part is that the guy was far from a recluse, yet not a single soul who knew him came forward to the authorities. Apparently, they probably recognized him immediately and were just like, I ain't giving up shit. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Straight up. Hey, do your job, okay? If you want to find him that bad, maybe figure it out, okay? But I'm not helping you.
For just over 5 days, our NYPD investigators combed through thousands of...
Yeah, the attention the nation, the attention that the nation gave to this story is not the type of attention that she thinks is good. I will say, I don't think it was a positive. They had a positive association with him, not the victim.
Of hours of video, followed up on hundreds of tips, and processed every bit of forensic evidence, DNA, fingerprints, IP addresses, and so much more to tighten the net. We deployed drones, canine units, and scuba divers. We leveraged the domain awareness system, Argus cameras.
I love this like back patting that like all of these institutions always do after like some random fucking McDonald's employees. Like, I recognize those eyebrows. He's being kind of sus. Like, it literally is always like, we did so much. Yeah, it amounted to nothing. Like, you did so much with your domain awareness system, and the only thing, the thing that got him caught was the fact that he didn't follow BDS. He did not go to, he should not have gone to the McDonald's in what is it, Toontown, Looney Tunes Town, whatever, fucking Pennsylvania. Okay, someone was like, I recognize those eyebrows. This guy's being kind of sus. I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, they were searching in Atlanta. Italiophobia got him arrested. The guy saw his eyebrows and were like, those are too powerful.
And conducted aviation canvasses. And our detectives also went door to door, interviewing potential witnesses and doing the good old-fashioned police work that our investigators are famous for. This combination of old school detective work and new age technology is what led to this result today. And we must also acknowledge the instrumental role the media and the public played in this case. The images that we shared with the public were spread far and wide, and the tips we received led to the recovery of crucial evidence. We should never underestimate the power of the public to be our eyes and our ears in these investigations. This is the third time in 3 weeks that a member of the public has seen something and said something and done something that led to a high-profile arrest. The triple stabbing homicide in Manhattan, the gunpoint robberies in Queens during which an NYPD officer was shot, and now this. Now, the case will continue through the criminal justice process. And while we are proud of today's accomplishment, we must, of course, remember that a family is in mourning. I want to again extend my sympathies to Brian's family, his co-workers, and all who knew him. Finally, I want to thank the women and men of the NYPD, especially our Detective Bureau personnel, with a strong assist from our intelligence analysts. We also thank the SAC of the FBI's Criminal Investigative Division, Leslie Rodriguez-Bekshies. And I want to commend the staff of the Manhattan DA's office, and especially DA Alvin Bragg. He has been working with us 24/7 on this case, and I am incredibly grateful for his partnership. I'll now pass it along to our great Chief of Detectives, Joe Kenny, who will provide additional information. Chief.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon. As the Commissioner stated earlier, a male was taken into...
I think it's pretty funny what they're like, the NYPD was working tirelessly around the clock. Meanwhile, this is what the NYPD actually was doing, okay? They're like, this is taken away from my... This is taking time, sweet time away from my valuable Candy Crush time. It's really fucked up. Making me go on a little walk, dude. Look at this pic of them diving in a Central Park pond. Random guy in a rural Pennsylvania sees suspect in a public restaurant, calls the cops. NYPD diver comes out of Central Park Pond 275 miles away and solemnly removes his snorkel. We did it, boys. Yeah. Tax dollars hard at work, baby. It's just like, it's so fucking ridiculous. But of course, you know, don't let these guys, don't let the truth stop you from, you know, creating this narrative that we did a fantastic job and we deserve $700 billion, please.
Custody today in Altoona, Pennsylvania this morning. He has been identified as Luigi Nicholas Mangione. He's a male, 26 years old. He was born and raised in Maryland. We know he has ties to San Francisco, California, and his last known address was Honolulu, Hawaii. He has no prior arrest history in New York. Members of the NYPD Detective Bureau are currently traveling to Pennsylvania with members of the Manhattan District Attorney's Office to interview this subject. This case was brought to a successful conclusion based on the coordinated effort between numerous NYPD units, including the Intelligence and Counterterrorism.
Felix says, wow, I can't believe the shooter was an attractive and courageous buffoon with beliefs that were all over the place. Not, what is this, your first day in America? Yeah, I mean, it is the most expected thing. Listen, once I saw in my lifetime an actual trans person do a school shooting, I was like, oh, this is like an introduction to being an American. Okay. Like, that's it. Dude, America is the land of mass shootings and gun violence. Okay. This is the number one thing that we do. All right. And people have no consistent, clearly defined political. Sorry to all the leftists writing reader shooter fanfics where he's super woke. No, it doesn't matter. This is something that I was trying to explain. The reception of the broad reception of this otherwise violent act did not have to be directed by someone who is a card-carrying communist or some shit like that. Okay? It doesn't matter. What matters is that this issue is uniparty. People from all different backgrounds, people from, different age groups. The Debras and the Barbaras on Facebook were celebrating this action. Ben Shapiro's viewers in the comment section were celebrating this action. Because the reality of the matter is, it doesn't matter. Unless you are literally one of the richest motherfuckers out there, you are never going to be sheltered from the lecherous nature of healthcare profiteers. It's impossible. It's virtually impossible not to be impacted in a negative fashion by the for-profit healthcare insurance industry in this country. That's why it doesn't matter what his political background is. Okay?
Bureau, our federal partners at the FBI, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, and of course, members of the Altoona Police Department in Pennsylvania. On Thursday, one day after this crime was committed, the NYPD released a photo of the shooter in this case. This picture was obtained by the NYPD during one of their extensive video canvasses. We took that photograph and we asked for the public's help in identifying this subject, and the public responded. Hundreds of tips began to pour into our hotline. Each tip was investigated thoroughly, and we began to release additional photographs as they came into our possession.
Yeah, here, look.
The NYPD provided these photos to numerous...
Yeah, the NYPD, we did such a good fucking job. Yeah, by the way, the CEO shooter cousin is Nino Mangione, super conservative Republican member of the Maryland House of Delegates. Here's a photo from Nino's campaign website. Luigi appears to be in the back left with a checkered shirt. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Boop. Computer, enhance. Ridiculous accent. He's faking it. I agree. Italians finally getting someone better to celebrate than Christopher Columbus. Yeah, apparently he had like a 2-page manifesto as well, which we'll cover in a second. What we know about the suspect arrested in the killing of the CEO of UnitedHealthcare, a 26-year-old Ivy League graduate from Maryland, was arrested at McDonald's in the killing of Brian Thompson. The suspect is Luigi Mangione. Thompson's murder of a Midtown Manhattan Street in broad daylight shocked many Americans, but also sparked a torrent of outrage aimed at the U.S. profit-driven healthcare industry. This is something that I think people need to examine and need to understand. This doesn't happen in America, where someone very clearly in broad daylight does a crime, and that Americans that are normally so geared towards punishing every criminal, no matter what their motivation is, no matter what that criminal did, turn around and go, hold on, let's take a step back and let's really think about who the villain and who the victim is. Okay, that's it. That is truly unique. Americans love law and order. They are positively Hitlerian when it comes to that sort of shit. And this was the one instance where I was like, damn, everyone, regardless of their political allegiances, regardless of their age, regardless of their culture, have been so very clearly fucked over by healthcare, by for-profit healthcare companies, that they just literally champion this guy's a hero. Okay?
Numerous media outlets, local, national, and international outlets released the photo via television, print, social media, and online content. Luckily, a citizen in Pennsylvania recognized our subject and called local law enforcement. Members of the Altoona Police Department responded to the call, and based on their investigation, they notified the NYPD. This investigation is still active and ongoing. Thank you very much.
I had a couple of questions about the document that he was found in possession with. Can you go a little bit more in depth about those motivations that you mentioned? Was that CEO specifically named in that document? Was there anything more about him wanting to go after others? And also in that document, was there any indication that explains us how the level of detail that he went into killing him? Like, is there anything?
Like I said, that document is currently in the possession of the Altoona Police Department as part of their investigation. But just from briefly speaking with them, we don't think that there's any specific threats to other people mentioned in that document, but it does seem that he has some ill will toward corporate America.
Over here, sir.
MJ?
Chief, was the suspect wearing a mask at the time he was spotted in the McDonald's? And also, criminal cases often have a linchpin. Can you point to a single linchpin that helped crack this case?
There's numerous linchpins in this case, in the fact that we've recovered an enormous amount of forensic evidence, an enormous amount of video, and once again, with your help and the public's help. So I really couldn't put it on one thing, but if I had to, it would be the release of that photograph from the media.
You said he had a passport on him. Do you believe he was trying to flee the country? And also, are you still looking for any evidence in Central Park with regards to the bike?
We had divers in the water yesterday that came up negative results. The passport, we don't believe that he was planning on doing any traveling at this time. We don't think at this point in our investigation, we don't think he was trying to flee the country.
The person at the McDonald's, were they buying food? What were they doing at that exact moment?
He was an employee at the McDonald's.
Right. But what was the suspect doing?
He was sitting there eating.
Will the suspect be brought back to New York and charged here? And when?
We're going to have to work that out with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He's going to be facing gun charges there. And at some point, we'll work out through extradition to bring him back to New York to face charges here, working with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office.
Hi, Anita from the New York Post. I was just hoping to get more details on the capture itself. Did he put up a fight? Did he say anything to cops? And we've also reported that he published online anti-health care industry rantings. Can you share with us some of the services that he posted on?
We're still working through his social media. We're going to do a complete scrub of that. Preliminarily, like I said, he seems that he has some ill will toward corporate America, but that will all come out as part of our investigation. We're not done here. We're still going to be putting this together. We're still going to be working very hard to bring this to a successful conclusion.
And the capture itself, did he put up a fight? Did he say anything to police?
I don't have that information.
Oh, sorry. Can you elaborate on how he got there, the path he took from Port Authority and on the George Washington Bridge to Altoona, PA?
Same thing. This just happened this morning. We'll be backtracking his steps from New York to Altoona, Pennsylvania.
I was going to ask if we knew anything, if he took a bus to Philadelphia first and then somehow got to Altoona. But
We're still working on that. We're still working through that.
Britain, is there any indication that
the
anybody
McDonald's
else
employee
was
that
helping him
snitched
from the inside, as far as tracking the CEO's movements?
Once again,
classic. I knew it. Maybe that was the McDonald's that Trump went to a PA McDonald's too, bro. I knew it. Fuck that guy. Why didn't bro dye his hair or shave his head? Dude, I don't fucking know, man. Why was he running around with the gun? All right, let's finish this off.
We're still working this investigation very hard. It's not at its conclusion yet. That could come out during our investigation, but as of right now, we have no indication that that took place.
Chief, did he have any weapons or anything like that with him when he was arrested?
He was in possession of a ghost gun that had the capability of firing a 9mm round and a suppressor.
Oh, it was a ghost gun. Oh, he made it. Oh, he's such a fucking nerd, dude. Jesus Christ, this guy is such a stem cell. It's crazy.
Get into a little bit about the technical aspects of the investigation. I know you deployed an unprecedented amount of technology. You activated the Sentry program through Intel. Can you talk about how that is going to play into actually building the case as far as cell phone and all of the other technical aspects of what you've done?
In this case, it really came down to technology was the use of drones in Central Park, and really comes down to the video canvas that we did. We used every source of video that we could collect, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours from hundreds of sources, and that helped bring this to where we are right now.
The gun is it believed to be the gun used in the shooting? And there was some talk that it was a veterinarian type gun. Is that accurate?
No, as of right now, the information we're getting from Altoona is that the gun appears to be a ghost gun, may have been made on a 3D printer, the capability of firing a 9mm round. Obviously, that will come out during our ballistics testing.
Oliver?
Yeah, Oliver Barnes from the Financial Times. Do you have any indication like how long this handwritten, is it a handwritten manifesto that you found on the suspect? And then also...
So Republican shooters are 1 for 3 this year, shaking my head. Yes. They are 1 for 3. Friend activity, Luigi Mangione, B2B featuring Tinashe, Charlie XCX. Brat, and it's completely different. Oh man, he was all over the Brat Summer vibes, it seems. He was blasting Brat Summer. It's kind of funny because like this is, as someone also pointed out in the chat, like this is not the normal profile of this like, you know, weirdo shut-in that wants to make a name for themselves by like doing an either high profile assassination or just like the regular thing that Americans normally do, which is like fucking shoot up a school, right? Like this is very clearly a motivated individual. Like there is a harm that was done to him, it seems, that Americans immediately recognized as well. And he took direct action. So it is like it's a he doesn't fit like the profile of the normal shut-in guy experiencing like, you know, a mental health care episode or some shit like that, which is why there are going to be in the upcoming days so many people that come forward to be like, I know him, I grew up with him, I went on a date with him, he's a really chill guy, you know what I mean? Like regardless of his like indecipherable politics, I think many of you, especially in this community, don't understand that like the average American has, what do I always say? The median voter has political opinions that are inherently contradictory to one another. Okay. That's why so many people, even on like the QAnon side, will be like, I hate for-profit insurance. And that's why I'm voting for the Republican Party to deregulate healthcare. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. But that's American politics. That's how it is. His Twitter had people looking for him, indicating he might have gone off the deep end mentally. Yeah. I hate the concept of ghost guns, but it makes this story much cooler. The whole thing is like a big cyberpunk vibes. No, it actually turns this into a Shinzo Abe doohickey situation, but except because in the United States of America, you can just like make your own gun. You know, he ended up having a ghost gun rather than a Shinzo Abe doohickey. You know what I mean? In America, you don't have to make a doohickey. You could just make a gun, like a real straight up gun.
Whether or not he put it online at all?
Don't know if it's online. As of right now, it's a handwritten 3-page document.
Chief, does he have ties to that area, and was he someone who you knew by name before his arrest?
We believe he may have attended college in Pennsylvania, but like I said earlier, he has ties to Maryland and California and Hawaii.
And you knew him by name before today. Was his name on your radar?
Excuse me?
Was his name on your radar? Was he someone who you had been looking into before his arrest?
No, we did not have his name prior to today.
Does he have any prior arrests? I know there were none for New York City, but is there any prior arrests anywhere else in the country?
We have not come across any arrests in the country.
Chief, hi, how are you?
On two things. On the ghost gun, is it something you're going to be looking into to see if he made it himself and can he make that himself, or would he have to buy the gun the way it was?
No, once again, that'll be part of our investigation as we follow up.
I mean, obviously he's going to face murder charges, but is there any chance that he could face any other charges because he was targeting the CEO and because of his writings and other things that we're now finding on him? Federal charges or
that determination will be made by Alvin Bragg.
I mean, listen, all I'm saying is my man had no prior charges, okay? No prior charges, no capacity to reoffend. It seems like this is a one and done, a real crime of passion, okay? What do you mean? Like, anti-CEO being considered a part of the hate crime statute is something that you would expect from America, honestly. Like, we should put CEOs in a protected class of their own. People of means, people of wealth, POWs, you know? This is anti-CEO action, and CEOs should be classified as a protected category, protected class. Rich people across the board should be classified as a protected category. I feel like we will inevitably get there if things get even more dramatic and things escalate even harder. I fear that we will inevitably get there. But before we get there, we'll probably make cops into a protected class of their own. There has been some Republican initiatives in the past that do that. So, you know, and it has been successful in certain places. The real POCs are no longer people of color, but it's people of class. And not the working class. People of capital. POC. People of capital.
Yes, what connections does he have in Pennsylvania that you know of? Are they in Altoona specifically?
We believe he attended college in Pennsylvania.
Does he know anybody in Pennsylvania?
Wouldn't be able to tell you that.
All right, we're gonna
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get me banned from Twitch? Yes.
You talk about the manifesto having said things against corporations, but specifically UnitedHealthcare, and do you believe that Mangione acted alone?
We believe at this point, our investigation is leaning toward he was acting alone. So, like I stated earlier, we're still working through the investigation. We're not stopping today. And as far as the manifesto, like I said, I don't have the complete details of that. It's in the possession of the Altoona Police Department.
26-year-old Luigi Mangione. A nationwide manhunt has been underway since Thompson was shot and killed outside a New York City hotel on Wednesday. Now police are saying they're questioning Mangione in Altoona, Pennsylvania, saying, among other things, he was carrying
New York City, the Altoona of America.
fake IDs, a written document, and a gun similar to the one used in the assassination-style killing.
God damn, dude. Holy shit.